PNP continues to lead the JLP in the polls, but still they have a lot to do, according to pundits. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. Commentators said that the leaders of both major political parties have a lot of work to do following the result of the latest RGR Gleaner Anderson poll, which shows that they have lost favor with the Jamaican public. Attorney at law Kenyatta Powell and former president of the private sector organization of Jamaica, Howard Mitchell, he agreed with pollster Don Anderson that voters are moving away from leader-centric politics. Mr. Powell argues that the charismatic leaders only appeal to die-hard supporters, but other electorates are interested in policies. Jamaica Labour Party leader Andrew Holness has seen a 6.8 percentage point decline in his average to positive performance rating from 73% in another Don Anderson poll. Similarly, opposition leader Mark Golding's average to positive performance rating also declined, dropping 8.3 percentage points from 61%. Meanwhile, some 29.5% of respondents indicated that they would vote for the PNP as against 26.1% for the JLP, so the PNP is coming out with a 3% lead over the JLP. Dr. Angela Brown Burke, chairman of the People's National Party, has condemned the recent wave of female homicides. The attacks are alarming, according to Dr. Brown Burke. In the most recent incident, a woman and her daughter were shot dead early Monday morning at the gate of a National Solid Waste Management Authority site at 232 Spanish Town Road, and the ladies were said to be food sellers from East Kingston's Manley Meadows. Dr. Brownberg has urged the government to do more to alleviate public outrage over the deaths of women and children around the island. She said changes need to be made to ensure women and children feel safe. The top brass of the Jamaica Constabulary Force could not say definitely on Tuesday which murders were committed by a gun which was seized by the Cayman Islands police that is said to be linked to 5 homicides in Jamaica. In a bombshell CMC report on the weekend, Cayman Islands Police Commissioner Derek Bynes said that members of the police force there recently seized a firearm that was reportedly used in at least 5 murders in Jamaica. Speaking with reporters, Brian, who will be leaving the post in less than a week, said one of the many enhancements he has presided over during the last 7 years was the development of ballistics, and based on this, the territory is now a regional hub for firearms forensic. He said the weapon, which somehow made its way to the Cayman Islands, is now part of a major investigation. The police in Jamaica appear to have hit a brick wall in their search for missing dancehall artist and social media personality Stephanie Williams, more popularly known as Medic. Medic has been missing since August 24th. At the time she went missing, she was wearing black ties, shoes, and a black top. All attempts to contact her have failed. On Tuesday, Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitz Bailey said all attempts to locate the missing singer have been futile so far. The police said several lines of inquiry were made not only in the corporate area but also in St. Anne, Clarendon, and Westmoreland, where she is from. Several places where search and other investigative processes were followed, but unfortunately she has not been found. The St. Elizabeth police are now appealing to Patrice Fagan, otherwise called Nardia, a teacher of Burnt Ground District in Santa Cruz, to immediately report to the Black River CIB. Miss Fagan has been listed as a person of interest in relation to the investigation into the shooting death of a man known as Orlando Blake. The police said efforts to reach her have proven futile. Mr. Blake, a resident of Hull District, was shot dead at Miss Fagan's house about 2 o'clock on Sunday morning. A businessman who was at the house was taken into custody in connection with the shooting, and it was reported that the businessman, who is a licensed firearm holder, was at the home of Miss Fagan, who is his child's mother, when Mr. Blake, who is her boyfriend, entered the bedroom. He was reportedly visiting the woman. The businessman allegedly shot Mr. Blake in the upper body. The wounded man fled the house and collapsed outside. He was pronounced dead at hospital, and that is called a love triangle gone bad. The swift action of several police teams in St. Elizabeth on Wednesday led to the arrest of a robber suspect and the recovery of cash that was allegedly taken from a bar in Santa Cruz in the parish. Reports are that about 2:15 in the morning, a woman woke to strange sounds coming from a section of her premises. Shortly after, the door to her bedroom was reportedly kicked open by a man armed with a firearm. The woman was reportedly ordered to open the bar. The gunman reportedly took an undetermined sum of cash and cigarettes from the establishment before escaping. A report was made to the police and a coordinated operation was carried out by members of the Santa Cruz Police Patrol. The St. Elizabeth Operational Support Team searched a premises where the suspect was seen. Cash and cigarettes were then recovered from him, and he was taken into custody. Four persons were slaughtered in a quadruple killing in Summerfield in Chapelton, Clarendon yesterday. A man is said to have opened fire at a bar, leaving four people dead. They are 44-year-old Kish Brown, 29-year-old Theo Manning, 39-year-old Veriel Manning, and 64-year-old Clifton Campbell. Acting Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of Area 3 Glenford Miller says the attack in Somerville has come as a surprise to the police. Reports from the lawmen are that about 1:15 a.m., residents reported they heard explosions and summoned the police. On arrival of the police, two of the men were seen lying outside a cook shop with gunshot wounds. The other two were found inside the shop. The men were assisted to hospital where all four were pronounced dead. No motive has yet been established for the killing. And Jamaica is really not a real place at all. On to sports, there was only one Manning Cup game yesterday due to bad weather. In that game, St. George's College were 3-0 winners over Arden. However, there were several matches in the DaCosta Cup. In DaCosta Cup action yesterday, William Knibb High beat York Castle High 2-0, and this win took William Knibb to 12 points and into 4th place in Zone C, which was one more than York Castle, who have 11. In another match, Fair Prospect were 4-3 winners over Titchfield High, while Mile Gully edged Christiana 2-1. Ferncourt beat Discovery Bay 3-1, while Cedric Titus edged Brownstone High 1-0. Othniel Anderson goal gave Stets a 1-0 edge over second place BB Coke as both teams advanced with 19 points and 16 points respectively in their zone, while Monroe College were next on 12 points in third place. Dintil Tech won their fourth straight game, beating Everton High 5-0 in a game that was moved up to start at 11 a.m. because of the afternoon rain that have affected that area. Magrat High also beat Edith Dalton 4-2 in Zone J. 10-man Edwin Allen High beat Thompsontown High 3-1. Lennon High also came back from a 1-0 down to beat Claude McKay on Wednesday in a game that started on Tuesday but was interrupted by bad weather. Lennon won 3-1. DeAndre Johnson scored a double for Glenmuir High in their 7-1 win over Porus High as they now improved to 15 points in Zone L, increasing their gap at the top as the second place Denby were beaten 1-0 by Central High. And don't forget that the best Manning Cup and the Costa Cup reports take place on this radio station. If you ever miss the news, please go to YouTube and type in Jamaican Undiluted News. Listen, like, share, and subscribe to keep it going. And that's going to be news and sports on your favorite radio station. My name is Mikey Bones. Have a wonderful day, everybody. I gone.